1/2 inch. That is the length of the screws holding your front door shut right now. The same door you locked with a $200 deadbolt. The door you trust with everyone you love while you sleep. 1/2 inch screws. A 10-year-old could pull them out with a good tug. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how someone gets through the lock door in about 5 seconds without picking a single lock. And then I'm going to hand you the $3 fix that turns that same door into a wall. A fix a real security pro charges $200 to install that you can do yourself in 15 minutes with a screwdriver you already own. $3 against $200. Same result. One of them just costs you a Saturday coffee. There is one specific spot on your door frame that every intruder targets first, and almost nobody reinforces it. I will get to it, and once you see it, you will not be able to unsee it. I did this to my own house after a neighbor got kicked in during the day, and I sleep differently now, so let me show you why that expensive lock is basically decorative. Here's the uncomfortable truth about your front door. The lock is not the weak point. The lock is fine. Your deadbolt could be a bank vault cylinder and it would not matter because burglars do not attack the lock. They attack the wood around it. When you throw your deadbolt, that steel bolt shoots out of the door and lands in a little metal plate screwed to the door frame. That plate is called the strike plate. And the frame it is screwed into a wire with the jam is not the wall. It is a thin strip of soft pine trim, maybe 3/4 of an inch thick, nailed in front of a gap. Behind that trim is empty air, and then, somewhere back there, the actual wall stud. So when your builder installed that strike plate, they used the 2 dinky screws that came in the box, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and those screws bite into nothing but that soft trim. One solid kick puts a few hundred pounds of force against 2 short screws sunk into pine. The wood splits, the plate flies off, the door swings open with the deadbolt still smugly locked in place, now attached to a chunk of your door frame lying on the floor. The lock did its job perfectly. The frame quit. That is the kicked door method, and it is the loud one. There's a quiet one too, and it is worse because you would never hear it. If your door has a spring latch, the angled one that clicks shut on its own without you turning anything, that angle is a gift to anyone with a plastic card or a thin putty knife. They slide it into the gap, press against the slope of the latch, and the latch retracts itself. No lock, no noise, no damage. That is called lloyding. And it is why a door you only pulled shut, or deadbolt you did not bother to throw because you were just running to the store, is not locked at all. It is closed. Those are different words for a reason. If you are still with me, you are the type who would rather spend $3 now than replace a door frame later. So, quick thing, subscribing is free and it genuinely keeps these videos coming. Members get the extended deep dives and the bonus builds I keep off the public feed if you want to go further down these rabbit holes. That is the entire ask. Now let me tear down the myths, because this subject is buried in bad advice. Myth 1, a more expensive lock means a more secure door. Well, you now know why that is backwards. Spending $300 upgrading a lock while leaving 1/2 inch screws in the strike plate is like buying a titanium padlock and hanging it on a screen door. The chain is only as strong as the wood, and the wood is embarrassing. Myth 2, burglars are master lockpickers creeping around at midnight. They're not, and the data is almost funny about it. Most break-ins happen in broad daylight between roughly 10 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon, when the house is empty and the neighbors are at work, and the pros do not pick locks. Picking is slow, it is fiddly, it takes practice, and a person standing at your door, jiggling tools, looks exactly like what they are. Kicking takes 1 second and looks, from the street, like someone struggling with a stuck door. Speed beats stealth every time. Myth 3. An alarm system is all you need. An alarm tells you the break-in already happened. It does not stop the door from opening. It just narrates the event, and on a good day, sends someone to write it down later. Physical reinforcement stops the entry from happening in the first place. One prevents the crime, the other files the paperwork. I would rather the door just held. Myth 4, a chain lock adds real protection. That little brass chain is the theater. It is held on by the same pathetic short screws into the same soft trim, and it snaps under a shove from a shoulder. It exists to make you feel safe while you crack the door for a stranger, and it fails at even that. Here's the fix, and it really is this simple. Walk to your door, open it, and look at the strike plate, the metal plate on the frame where the bolt lands. Take out the short screws holding it. Now replace them with 3-inch wood screws. That is the whole trick. A 3-inch screw punches straight through the soft trim, crosses that empty gap, and drives deep into the actual wall stud behind it, the real solid framing of your house. Now, to kick your door open, an intruder is not fighting 2 screws in pine. They're fighting the structure of your home. A box of 3-inch screws is about $3 at any hardware store. and you already have the screwdriver. While you are there, do the same thing to your door hinges. The hinges are held on by short screws too, and a determined kick can tear the hinge side off just as easily. Swap one screw in each hinge for a 3-inch screw. 10 minutes, both sides of the door now anchored into framing, and you have done what a security company charges a couple $100s to call a door reinforcement package. That specific spot I promised you at the start, the one everyone ignores, is the strike plate for the spring latch, the upper one, not the deadbolt. People upgrade the deadbolt strike and forget that the everyday latch has its own flimsy plate held by its own short screws, and that is the one that takes the daily abuse. Reinforce both. And if you want to go one step further for about $10, buy a box strike plate. A heavier plate with 4 screw holes instead of 2, and anchor all 4 into the stud. 4 3-inch screws and a solid framing turns a $15 afternoon into a door that fails the wall before it fails the lock. Now the money, honestly. A locksmith service call to improve your door security runs $75 to $150 just to show up, and a professional reinforcement kit installed can push past $200. The screws cost $3. The upgraded box strike, if you add it, another $10. Call it $13 in parts in a quarter hour of your time versus $200 plus and an appointment you have to be home for. And that is before you count the real number. The deductible, the stolen laptops, the shattered frame, and the particular feeling of standing in your own violated living room, which no insurance check covers. There is a hidden bonus in the physics too. That same 3-inch screw upgrade quietly fixes a droopy door that sticks, or will not latch right, because you have re-anchored the whole frame into solid wood and pulled everything back into square. The security fix is also a maintenance fix. You set out to stop a burglar and accidentally repaired the door that has been catching on the frame for 2 years. The universe occasionally throws in a freebie, so go look at your strike plate tonight. Pull one screw out and measure it. If it is shorter than your thumb, you already know what you're buying this week. And it costs less than the coffee you had this morning. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.